Well, if you've been following me on Facebook and Instagram, you know what this is about. Um, there's a lot of things that has to be said, has to be told. There's other things that I can't talk about. There's a lot of badass things my government has showed me. And to tell you the truth, you couldn't torture it out of me. It's badass that they trusted me with this kind of information. I started this in 2011. I didn't know what I was doing at the time. When Ryan Dunn passed away, I was just writing his obituary. And then I started getting messages on the TV. The one that was most profound was Conan O'Brien, when he had Shaquille O'Neal, another comedian. He comes out on I don't know his name exactly. He comes out on Devil's Rejects as one of the roadies, one of the groupies. He's also a comedian too. Then who else came on? Well, what happened was that at the end of the show, when they had the band, there was a three-person band on there, and all of them were wearing black except the one on the right. He was wearing black, but he was wearing a grenade on his chest. And I'd said on my obituary, my obituary, on Ryan Dunn's obituary, that I would be seated at the right hand of God. Well, cameras are pretty funny because you know how they film everything in reverse and you have to correct it or whatever. Well, when they were filming this live, he was on the left hand, but if you turn the camera around and you're sitting where he's sitting or where he's standing and playing the music, he's the one that's on the right hand, and he was the only one wearing that shirt with the grenade on it. I knew right then and there that something was going on, and I freaked my parents out. My parents don't know what's going on. I mean, I tried to tell them, and they stuck me in 2 mental institutions. And I both told them what was going on. The first one was at Rivercrest. Rivercrest is the one that really helped me out. I told them everything that was going on, and they gave me a good medication. Well, that medication enhanced my abilities to see the future, to see the past, see the present, all in my dreams. There's some occasions where I do have what is called deja vu. But see, I don't know if I can see the future beforehand, or is this actually, because like when I get these images, it's like 2 seconds or 3 seconds before it actually happens, and then that's it. Like, I don't have time to interpret what's going on, and then it happens. Go figure. When I started doing this Chuck Berry, I got word that from one of the mental institution patients, And he was okay. The only reason why he was in there is because he tried to commit suicide because his parents weren't listening to him. So he was like, man, I'm just gonna fucking kill myself. And the only way he got his parents' attention is because he filled up the tub with water and he had a boom box ready to fucking just. That's when his parents were like, okay, we'll listen to you, and as long as you don't kill yourself, which is kind of fucked up. And he was a great kid, man. He was like 18, a little short, but he wanted to join the military, and he was like, I want to be a SEAL. And I'm like, okay, man. You want to be a SEAL? That's badass. But first, maybe you want to go into the military with, because... And he was young, man. He was 18. And I tell you the truth, man, if you put him under one of them logs with the rest of the guys, they're just going to be pissed because he's going to be tiptoeing and shit. You know what I'm saying? But, size doesn't matter. I told him, why don't you get into the Army first? Army first and see if you can fit into one of them tanks. You know what I'm saying? Because he's small, man. And like, it would be a fucking like walk-in closet if for him in one of those tanks. You know what I'm saying? So, whoa, too much fire. So it went on like that. My stay at Rivercrest was a bittersweet because when I started doing all this as Chuck Berry, it got all the crazy out of the woodworks. All the fucking crazies. And they put me right dab in the middle. Right smack in the middle of everything. One of the things that really got to me was them trying to test my patience. It was pretty crazy because yeah, they really tried to piss me off. Like, they would start talking in codes only I would know. Everybody else was just going about their business while they were trying to piss me off. There was this one guy, his hair was all fucked up. Like, I'm talking about, like, not like somebody just went and did a fucking, like, buzz cut on it, like fucking Jackass. No. Like, his hair was naturally, like, spotted. Like, it was, like, my color hair, right? And then he had blonde spots all over his face. I mean, all over his fucking head, where his hair was, like, blonde. And, yeah, he tried to piss me off, too. He was just mad that he was stuck in there. That it was a wild goose chase. It's not my fault your parents stuck you in there. You know what's funny is that he was a little bit older than me. Maybe in his 40s. Yeah. Other than that, I just want to say there was some fine ass techs that worked there. Like, fucking skinny with a big old booty. I'm sorry. I don't know. But if you want to listen to more of this, hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll tell you more about my crazy life. Who knows? You might like it. You might think it's a load of bullshit. But I do got more to tell you. Stay tuned.